Can we hear your song?
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
Is really true, is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show on Hamilton Radio. Everyone out there who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass because, guys, 30 years ago, I was a dumbass, but this July, I will be celebrating 30 years of being a smartass. This is a very, very, very inspirational book, but the biggest part of what I want to share with you is this. I'm also a recovery coach. My services to you are free of charge. Everyone has been struggling, especially this year, more so than ever. I'm always here for you. Just reach out, okay? Free of charge. I'm a nutritional health coach. I'll guide you. You are not powerless, not over anything. Just understand that, okay? If you believe that you're being lied to, you are not powerless over anything. So I am here for you. Having said that, I have a really cool show for you. I want to introduce my guest co-host first and foremost, Justin Drummond. Say hello to everybody.
I'm sorry. Well, first of all, hello everyone. And if y'all are wondering why I'm laughing and why I was laughing just a little bit ago, I really think that this is the first time that our guest was actually getting into
I love it.
Into the theme song.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it. I think it's so fun.
Justin, tell everyone a little bit about you real quick and then introduce our incredible guest.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Justin Drummond. I am 23 years old from New Jersey. I always had dreams in working in radio. I was working for several different stations a while ago, and last year I actually contacted Geri, and I never really thought that I was actually going to do shows with her. And for those of you who don't know the story, I will tell it again. I originally thought that I was actually going to be only booking the shows, but Geri immediately said, "You're doing the shows with me." And I'm like, "Excuse me?" Because I had absolutely no training in whatsoever in doing interviews, and I really appreciate all of the support and love that I am getting from every single one of you. And we have done incredible shows together, and we absolutely hope to have an incredible show today.
So before we introduce our beautiful guest, I want to say something to you, Justin. I had no training either. And look at this, right? You're doing an amazing job. And, the Italian mom in me came out. And I was like, no, if you're going to get me guests, you're going to be part of this. And you are doing an incredible job. I just had to say that. So now I know you want to really introduce her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, with the Italian thing. I mean, I'm sorry. I just had to say that. Okay.
That's great.
All right. So for today's guest, it's actually quite a story. I was scrolling through social media. I'm always looking for incredible talent, and our guest today happened to pop up on my timeline. And so I did a little research on this person, and I gotta say I'm incredibly blown away with the story, and we're gonna get right into it. Courtney Cotter-King, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Hi, Courtney.
Hi, Jerry. Justin.
You're adorable. Tell everyone a little bit about you.
All right. I'm Courtney Cotter-King. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. And I am a blue-eyed soul singer-songwriter. I grew up playing piano by ear, playing by ear. And thankfully, it just was in my house. So when I was a little toddler, I just started playing. And then I started writing music. A lot of my inspiration comes from Fiona Apple and Tori Amos and Stevie Wonder. I listened to their music and I just wanted to write music. So that was a lot of my inspiration, and I'm putting out an album soon. The album is called Conversation, and it's, I guess maybe we could talk more about that, but that's the latest.
So Justin's going to have a lot of questions for you, but I have to just ask you something I read a little bit of your bio. What I love the most is when you said something like this, and then I want you to just elaborate on it. You said marriage and motherhood has opened up you to songs you could have never written without these sweet souls in your life. Talk about that a minute. Share it so that other mothers out there have hope to follow their dreams.
So I have a lot to say about that. But first off, I always thought I had to have some sad story in my life to share and connect with people. And really my life, up to this point, I've had a lot of happy things happen. And I just thought, write about the things you feel strongest about. And so I'm doing that. This album is the most honest album that I've ever written. Has a lot to do with like relationships in general, because I feel like life is about people. It's about family. It's about the people you love. And so I wrote, a song about my daughter, how she made up this dance move, and we called it the booty side slide. And then we just started doing the booty side slide.
I love it.
And then I talk about how my husband, he's obsessed with growing fruit trees. And so our backyard is just full of all these tropical plants and berries and mangoes and apiariums, all of that. And so I wrote a song about just living off the land and our ways of just wanting to live the simple life. So there's a lot of story behind who I am with this album. There's a song about being the baby of 6 kids in a family. So I had a great family life growing up. And I didn't have a sad song to write about that. I just didn't. And so I just decided to write a happy song about my childhood. And I think it's okay, where you write, and the honest writing, it comes from who you are and your experiences. So I have a lot of happy songs, but I also have some songs though about learning who you are as well and the struggles. There's definitely been a lot of hardship, and I'm ready to share that with people too.
So Justin, what would you like to say to her?
Okay, so we definitely we're going to talk a little bit more about your upcoming project, but with every guest, I always start with the same question. I always like to start from the beginning. So growing up, what would you say, or what do you recall your first memory of music?
The Forrest Gump Feather song. That one from Forrest Gump. I love the music on that movie. And so when I was 3 years old, I went and played it on the piano. And then that's when my mom was like, okay, she's into music. She loves to play music. So my mom would sit at the piano with me, and she would just tell me to play music that sounded like rain, play music that sounds happy, like birds flying in the sky or whatever it was. She would just tell me, like, play music that sounds sad, you know, what you would do with like a toddler. So she was really supportive that way. And I just remember like music and movies. Like I loved the soundtrack of E.T. I would beg to watch movies that had beautiful soundtracks. Jurassic Park, you know. So John Williams may have been a huge factor in all this. And I also liked music from like Tim Burton movies. Found that very inspiring as well.
Yep. Do you have a favorite movie?
Yeah, I like Stranger Than Fiction, which doesn't have a ton of music, but I feel like it helps you write. It just brings out that creative juice that you need. It just, have you guys seen that movie?
No, I don't recall that. Yeah, but I was just about to like mention like Batman Forever, like with Kiss from a Rose, like that is an amazing song. Like that song, like I literally put on repeat every single time.
Yes, and that just says you're a music lover, you know, when you do things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've never actually like seen like a whole Batman movie. Like, I mean, it's almost like waiting for the end for like a Harry Potter movie or the end of a Twilight movie. I mean, most of like the movies out there, like, I mean, I just like, I only like listen to the soundtracks. Like that's pretty much all I care about. I mean, like, not to hate like on like any movies or anything, like, but like they really do have some great music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like you said, Twilight, that piano solo, so good.
Yeah.
I read you. I hear you.
So, would you like to start by playing us a song?
Sure.
I would love that.
I can play one from like the new album.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, that would be great. It's a little tease.
Little tease. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think which one to do. I'm mic'd up here, just in case you guys wanted to hear something live. So, okay, here we go. Do you want? What are you feeling? Upbeat, slow?
Anything
like,
you want.
Anything you want.
Anything you want.
I'll be your song, I'll be your sweet Georgia peach. I'll holler through these trees, and all the love made us free. We'll build a happy heart. We will confide in the one we are. When you feel around, when I know. Find yourself a melody. Got a southern love, loving you, baby. Got a southern love, baby. Got a southern band with our working hands. We're gonna live off the moon with our southern love. Through landscape our days, a tightening of waves. I'll see forever in fade. You kiss me, sugar sweet. I can't get enough of you, honey. My heart is parts of me. I'm your lady, love, got a southern love, loving you, baby. Got a southern love, baby. Got a southern band with our working hands. We're gonna live off the moon with our southern love. We're gonna live off Are you gonna live either side?
That's beautiful. So beautiful. So tell us a little bit about your new album, and then we're going to play one of your tracks.
Okay, great. So the album is rooted in relationships. We have this authentic, organic, just, it's kind of like the era of like James Taylor and Carole King. I wanted the production to sound a lot like Times of Them. There's a song that I really wanted to sound like Nick Drake. I really like his music. There's a song where I was like, a couple of songs where I was like, can we just sound like Ray Charles? With like just the production, like the mics. Like I always want a ribbon mic because ribbon mics sound old and bring out just like the organic sound, a little more rough. And I just don't like everything to sound so condensed. I don't know like all the terminology, but it was fun to work with really great musicians. Joshua James, do you guys know him? He's a folk artist. And I liked his music like back in high school. And I found out like when I was searching for a producer, it landed in my lap that he was a producer. And I said, that's it, I'm gonna go work with him. He just always been a fan of his sound and especially the production. And yeah, he produced it and we brought in horns and I played on the roads. In one song, we even brought in like a 12-string guitar. That was really fun. And then there was a lot of, just like a full band of feel and almost like a live feel too. So it was just a ton of fun. He just made it fun. His studio is just this great creative space.
So, Justin, do you want to ask her a question before we play a track?
Okay, so moving forward, you were listening to Forrest Gump, which, by the way, I have never heard of that song. By the way, I mean I've seen the movie, I just never heard of that song. So you were just doing it for fun, I was assuming.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a memory of it. I just remember really liking the Feather song on that movie. It was on that.
Yes. Yes. So
family was just watching it, and then.
Was it just a hobby at that time, or when did you really decide that that this is really what I want to do? When did you start taking it seriously?
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with faith. My faith and everything. I wrote a song about faith when I was in 7th grade. It was for we call it personal progress in our church. And so it's just reaching goals and writing about your goals. And this project was supposed to be 10 hours long, but I was reading my scriptures. I was reading, and it just started flowing out of me. And I wrote the song within 2 hours, and I just thought, okay, I really like writing music. This is my thing. And so growing up, I just remember playing in a lot of living rooms of my friends' houses. And yeah, I kind of started taking it more serious when I graduated high school. I was just trying to get the sounds out of my head. And so we would just record them, at friends' houses, and then I started going to open mics. But as far as the most serious I've been was after I had my 3rd baby. She's about a year now. And I just felt like there was more purpose behind why I'm writing this music. These days, I feel like it's more than just putting out music. These days, it's really about helping people, with your music,
Amen. Yep.
And like you can connect with so many people because they resonated well with your music. Like, and I've seen that, and I just feel like these people have helped me too. Like, to create and share my music has helped me so much as a person. So these people are helping me, but I feel like I've connected with people and maybe helped people as well through my music.
I want to piggyback. I want to say something. So I used to say this all the time. I'm not a musician. I just love music. But I used to say, babies, they could be 6 months, they could be 8 months, a year, and they're in like one of those bouncy things. You put music on, they start bouncing. So it's innate. It's innate. My daughter, I have 2 grandchildren. My grandson is 20, my granddaughter's 5. My daughter just became the stepmom of 6 other children, all with special needs. These children are beautiful, but we just celebrated for Autism Month with the older boy. Okay, I think he's 11, maybe 12, something like that, 10, 11, 12, whatever DeAndre is. But he carries around his music box. He loves music. That's what gets him through. So even someone, he's severely autistic. So even someone like that, that's how he connects. So music saves lives. It does.
Really?
You know? It does. So let's play one of your tracks. Okay, producer Ruben, let's play a track.
Okay. You want to play a track from like
More than a sunny day, got my horse got water and I got his hay pen. I'm from miles and miles, so I kissed my home goodbye for a while. Mama's gonna worry, mama's gonna worry. No, she ain't. Mama's gonna worry. I should have listened to the stories I've been told by grandma, wisdom and my time before I'm old. Here's a new town I found the king of crowns and made a lady smile. I bite mine, he licked his lips, I got the wrong idea, so threw him back like a fish. Hurry, horsey, get me far from him. Hurry, horsey, hurry. I should have listened to the stories I've been told. Grab my wisdom and my time before I'm old. I fought out my map to heaven, and I pinned all the places I've been. The floods will come the hard way, so I must catch that safe boat today. I should have listened to the stories I've been told. Grab my wisdom and my time before I'm old. Pa knows your trigger gun, it's not that fun if you don't have one. In the middle of wild hogs, or here you know I've packed planned their hunt. Mama's gonna worry, so I must get home. Hurry before they beat to my bones.
That's great.
That was awesome.
I'm glad you liked it. Good.
That's great. This is
Yes.
such a fun, upbeat interview. I
Yes,
love it.
that definitely like reminded me of like some like 1930s swing. Like,
Oh, fun. I will. That's a compliment. Yes.
Yep.
yeah, I literally felt like I was like at the Gatsby house, like just like living large.
That's great. That is so great. I want to say something. You said earlier that you grew up super happy as a kid, blah, blah, blah. So you didn't have any sad stories to write about. That kind of made me chuckle in a good way. Like, I'm happy for you with that. But I remember I have a lot of country artists that are close friends of mine. And the older ones will always say, and you've probably heard this, that if you ever played country music backwards, you get everything back: the girl, the house, the dog, the car. Because all their songs lose everything, you know what I mean?
That's Rascal Flatts.
Okay, so
yeah, I remember that because I had like their album. I always kept their album.
That's so cool. So when she was saying that, I was laughing about that. That's what I was really laughing about. And I'm thinking, well, they must have really lost everything for them to be able to sing so perfect about losing everything. So I'm glad you have happy songs.
Yeah. And I definitely like have written songs about people I've connected to that have had like a really like sad, like I recently put out like a single about my sister's like IVF journey, trying to have a baby for so long, and then finally she had a baby, and our family was just so happy, and I felt a lot of her, like I felt sorrow for this because I just wanted her to have what she wanted. I wanted her to be able to have her baby. So a lot of times, you know, like even though I haven't gone through the experience, I felt something from somebody else and wrote about their experience as well. And I'm not saying that I haven't had sad moments in my life.
Right.
Like I definitely have a song like on the album coming out that's just like about really being a stranger to ourselves. And I know for sure I have been a stranger to myself many times, and that song relates to me, but I feel like it relates to everybody because that is something we've all gone through.
I have a question. Would you sing that for us?
Sure. Yeah.
I would love to hear that song because I think Justin and I could also relate. You're right.
Yeah.
Everyone can relate. I would love that if you would like to play it.
Yeah. Can you do it on the piano?
Yeah, I can do it on the piano. It's like it's called Wanderer.
Okay.
Yeah. It kind of has relation to a lot of this year, even though I wrote it before this year. It's kind of fun because it's had a lot of relation about, you know, talking about how we've been, you know, indoors. Honestly, the song is kind of talking about that in a way. So if you're visualizing it, you know. So.
Wow. Okay.
All right, let's go.
And far from the truth that you grow tired. Been locked in for weeks to your own stranger. Hiding in your sleeve, your t-shirt beneath your unfired, rocking around, too hard, too late to turn back now. Who are you listening to? You were the homegrown reminders. Stop. You know what you knew until you forgot what you always know. Now you're buried again. Searching the golden ground. Too hard, too late to turn back now. Who are you listening to? Forever.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You know, and you're right. Everyone can relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone being confined this past year, it's been rough for everyone. And music has helped them all. So I thank you. I thank all the artists out there, all the DJs. I don't consider myself a DJ. I'm a talk show host, but the DJs out there that play the music and you guys that sing it, I thank you all.
Yeah. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you, sweetheart.
We're all team here.
That's right. Justin, so question?
Okay, so this is a question that like I was kind of really curious about. You have so I read your bio, and you said that one of your goals was to show everyone that just because you have kids does not mean like this is the end of like you don't have to stop giving up on your dreams. So take us back when like you have had your first kid, did that like ever come to mind with you?
Like before I wrote music,
when after you had your first kid, did you ever feel like you kind of had nowhere else to go, but to just say okay, now I have a kid, I feel like I have a whole new life now?
Right. What I think Justin's trying to say is, when did you get that realization? Was it with your first kid, maybe your second or your third, that it doesn't matter, this is going to enhance your career?
There was things along the way where I just felt like reaffirmed a little bit. After I had my first child, I was gigging a lot and breastfeeding in between my breaks. I would have really short breaks, and then my husband would come along and he would help when I was gigging, and then he would bottle feed her if I didn't have enough time. And I would just make sure, hey, can I have an extra, can I have a room aside close to where I'm performing so that I can go breastfeed my baby?
I love that.
That I was able to start, and I actually quit my job at the time, which was a huge leap of faith. When she was about almost a year old, I just had a feeling that I need to quit my job so that I can do more music. And so I was like, okay, I'm doing it. And then gigs started coming in, and I was able to do a lot of gigs, which was actually really a lot better for being a mom because I had more time with my baby. And then when she was napping, I would write a lot of music or prepare covers for the gigs and things like that. So that was just a huge blessing. And I used to have extreme stage fright. And I feel like being a mom has kind of helped me to learn to let the little things go. And stage fright, as big as it was for me, and the anxiety that I felt about being a singer-songwriter and all the struggles that I felt about, I'm entertaining people. I have to entertain. This is a lot of pressure on me. I think it was a lot of pressure. And I wanted people to be happy. And when they came to my shows, I wanted them to have fun. And I think I just let go of that pressure. I'm I am who I am. And having kids has really helped me overcome that angst that I had. And that's why I want to tell moms, don't be afraid to have a family. You learn so much when you have kids. You learn a lot about yourself. And when you're taking care of other people, I mean, even if you feel like you're sacrificing your life, even if you're not a mom, if you're taking care of other people, say you're afraid to take care of somebody who really needs you, somebody who's sick, and when you take care of somebody else, you really kind of have to get your life together. And it's a learning thing. Like I'm trying every day to be a better person so that I can take care of my kids. And then it's really kind of helped my music along the way. If that all makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yes, because I mean, like, yeah, but like, what I was like trying to say, like, was like after you became a mom, the first, like, after you became a mom, like, did you ever really think that like you would be able to continue doing music?
Yeah, I knew that I would be like missing out in some ways of not living in Nashville or living in LA. And there was things like, I definitely can't say that being a mom has slowed me down in ways. It has. And there was a lot of things I had to learn, but it actually, in the long run, has just like helped my drive. And I learned to be patient. Like this album, I've been working on this album while pregnant with all 3 of my kids. I went and recorded and wrote music while I was pregnant with the babies. And it's funny because I don't know why that happened. It's harder to sing when you're pregnant, but I went to the studio when I was pregnant to perform these and record them, these songs. And I just had to be patient because I needed to grow a lot. But yeah, I think there was things that definitely, like, I don't have the option of going on tour, like, with, you know, breastfeeding a baby. Like, that's just crazy. You're not going to do that to your baby, you know? But in the future, I can see us, you know, renting a motor vehicle, big old van, and like going cross country. And as hard as it is, I think we can do it. I think I can have somebody come homeschool, you know, my daughter. And I see it, but it's gonna, when it comes to the time, I'm going to be figuring all that stuff out. But I just see it as, you know, we have a little bit of help in the van, and we go hit up the parks, wherever the venue is. Where's the closest park? You know, and we go, you know, share these experiences with our kids. My husband is incredible and super supportive and believes in my music. And so, like, I couldn't do this without him, you know? But I do see it happening.
You have so much energy, and you're so full of life and just happy. And I love that.
Yeah, if you don't mind me asking, how old are your kids?
I have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
Yeah, like, and have you ever like told them like about like what you really want to do? Like, you want to be a musician?
Yeah, I mean, with the 2-year-old and 1-year-old, they definitely see that music is a big deal. You know, in this home, I play a lot of different music. But my 4-year-old, yeah, I talked to her about it. I'm starting this Kickstarter. And I launched it yesterday. I started a Kickstarter for this album. And I just was like, hey, Georgia, my daughter, was like, who do you think would support my music? Who should I reach out to? Who should I, you know, and just to hear who she thought was just so sweet. And she helped me write down a list of a few people that I should contact to help me with my Kickstarter. And I just thought it was so sweet. She said some names. And I was like, you're so right, Georgia. These people are supportive of my music, and they will support me. So she's my friend through this, and I definitely see her desire to be musically driven. Okay. She's been learning like the notes on the piano. She has stickers on her piano. I would show you right now if I could, but she's really into like music. And she discovered, I recently showed her like a lot of my music, and she's been asking Alexa to play my music. So that's kind of fun.
Wanted to make sure that my Alexa didn't go off.
That's
Oh,
so
I
funny.
know.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
Tonight in a live stream. We
Yeah.
should name.
Okay,
That's
like,
so funny.
you gotta keep it down. Like you don't want to say her name.
She
Oh
will
my
hear.
God. That is too funny. I'm sorry. My granddaughter is 5, and I've brainwashed her. I'm an Elvis fan, a huge Elvis fan. Okay. And since she was less than 2, actually, I brainwashed her because I babysat for like 10 days while my daughter was away. And I taught her that who's the cutest boys ever. And she would say Christian, her brother, and Elvis. And who's the best singer? Elvis. So she'll say the ALEXA word when I'm there, play Elvis.
I really like how you said that, ALEX.
Old soul,
I didn't
man.
want to say it, but you know. That's great.
That's
So,
so great.
any more questions, Justin?
That's cute.
Okay, so yeah, is there anybody in like a particular that you really wish to work with?
You know, in particular, as far as like artists, I mean, definitely I would love to meet, you know, my favorite artists. I would love to meet, I mean, I have a lot of favorite artists, but Nathaniel Ratliff and the Night Sweats, I have just gained like this big love for his music recently, and I could see us doing something, but that's like big dreams. You know, he's got a lot going for him, and so he's one that I just, as you asked that, definitely one that I would think about and have thought about. Yeah, there's plenty more as far as artists. Or are you thinking industry?
Yeah, I kind of have like the same like vibe as you do. I mean, I'm into like pretty much every type of music. You know, I work with another company, Indie Star Radio, like which I know that you have checked out. Thank you for doing that.
Yes. Give a shout out to Indy, Justin.
Yeah, shout out to Alan Wayne, Ash, Nikki, and Randy, Dennis, Noel, everybody like at the Indie Star Radio staff. And if I missed anyone, I'm sorry. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm really into all like music because I mean, like I really like just like I feel like music like is just like very open. Like I have an open mind like to everything. But I definitely like if I had to pick a favorite, like I would definitely say the alternative rock. I am a huge fan of Chad Kroeger from Nickelback. Like that, like Chad Kroeger is my idol. Yeah, he definitely knows how to write a good song. And I am just like really blown away that like he's able to deal like with all of the haters and like you know like and people like I really don't understand why they hate them. Like it just makes no sense. I mean, I really like hate when like people like say they hate someone like without like giving an explanation. I really feel like that's just like them like being a hypocrite or something.
You mean they hate the person or they hate the music?
Like they just like, well, a little bit of both.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like that. Justin, why don't we take this opportunity for you to share with everyone about you a little bit so they understand a little bit more.
Okay, like about my personal experience.
Yes, we love inspiring. Yes.
Okay, so I always have been wanting to do like a radio, like and I've always like wanted to like do my own podcast, and I really absolutely thank Geri for allowing me to do it. But at like that time, like I definitely have a little bit of a struggle as well. I was diagnosed at a young age with a high-functioning autism, which sometimes I do get a little socially awkward. I tend to say some words over and over again. There will be times in interviews like where I kind of stutter a little bit, like because I just really want to like keep the conversation going. I want people to think that I'm very serious with what I'm doing, and I always fear that something like that is going to happen. Okay, and then like people like will just think that like I'm completely lost or just have completely no interest at all.
They never think that. Not from listening to you, Justin, so don't ever worry about that part.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
What you're doing is incredible, okay? First of all, the courage you have doing it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You stepped over that fear,
mm-hmm.
you know, and here you are, and you're doing a great job. And
mm-hmm.
look at the guests you bring me. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Yeah, and like we absolutely like, yeah, please don't cry, Courtney. Like, it's okay. I it's all good.
It's all good. And this is Autism Month. So
yeah, it's all.
My whole family, we dressed in blue one day. Everyone in my family and all the kids, and put out a whole group picture, and it was just beautiful for DeAndre, and he was so happy, and he just loved it. So it's a happy time, you know, it's a happy time. But Justin's doing a great job. You know, I couldn't say more than that, because you are, and I love you, kiddo, and I'm glad that you stepped out of your comfort zone. So here we are.
Mm-hmm. So Courtney, so this time of the interview, I definitely want to talk about some of your recent accomplishments. I know that you have done a lot of TV stuff. I hear that you've done like something with MTV, I think. I'm not sure.
Not
So
MTV.
tell us.
I've just had some like placements in film and TV, and I mean,
I'm sorry.
My most exciting placement was being in Old Navy. That was really cool. Their international playlist. That was cool for me.
Like Old Navy the store.
The Old Navy store. Yeah.
That's so cool.
But, just like a few commercials, independent placements. It's been fun to dabble in that. I definitely want to get more into that side of things.
Your personality is great for something like that. Old Navy, I love it. That's cool.
Yeah. Anything else that like you maybe want to like talk about, like some of your what's coming up, because I definitely think that your Kickstarter that you did mention to me, like you said that you wanted to talk about that. Yeah,
definitely. Doing a Kickstarter is brave and risky. For people that don't know what Kickstarter is, it's a platform where artists can actually share their art because they can raise money and people pledge. And if they don't raise all the money that they set as a goal, they don't get a single cent. So it's like trying to raise awareness about raising money. And it's kind of a humbling thing because you need to ask, you need to ask people for help. So I've been just reaching out. I've already had a sweet experience. Somebody I didn't reach out to, she stopped at my doorstep yesterday, somebody in my neighborhood, and we talked and chatted and we bonded, and she just dropped off some money, and I can't back myself, so somebody else will put that money in, but I just really appreciate it so far. I launched it yesterday, and I'm trying to raise $10,000 for an album, and I've raised a lot of it on my own so far. It's taken a while, and I'm at a point where I need help. I need help to get this album out there. I need to promote it. It needs to be heard by people. If it isn't promoted, then it can't be heard. Like good promotion. You know what I mean? So the Kickstarter is a big deal to getting my music out there. And I can send a link or wherever, wherever needed. But just Google Courtney Cotter-King Kickstarter and it will come up.
Yes. After.
But wait, Justin, hold that thought for 1 second before I forget. I have a question about that because I never ever heard of Kickstarter. So you said if you don't raise your goal, you get none of it. What does that mean?
So people can pledge money on their card, and then at the very end, if I don't raise my goal of the full amount, their cards don't get charged. Does that make sense?
Why? But why? I'm confused.
I know, why is that? I think it's just how their platform works. It's kind of like you have to raise it all to know that you're really serious about it. I feel like Patreon could have been a route. Patreon is a great way for artists to make money, but people need to subscribe, once a month, a certain amount to go towards an artist. And I feel like the people that might support me, I feel like it's hard for them to subscribe to things because then it takes effort to unsubscribe. And I was just trying to think about these people. They're not going to want to, get on their computer and figure this out when they're going through their finances, and just try to figure out, their budget and things like that. I just didn't want to do that at the moment. I think later on a Patreon would be great because then I could do small projects along the way.
Can you do both at one time though?
Am I what?
Can't you do both at one time?
You can, but I think Kickstarter is such a strong, this strong high ticket offer.
Okay. I never heard of it. Okay, so
yeah.
All right.
I know musicians have done it, but it's like for any small business trying to get
Kickstarted.
Yeah.
One more thing, and then Justin, you can talk. I'm sorry. How long are you going to have that out there?
It is. I heard the sweet spot is about 30 days or a little over. So I have about 33 more days to go, and I've raised about 5% of it, and I launched it yesterday. And so, yeah, just trying to raise awareness for that. And I'm just going to be messaging people because I don't have this large following. I don't have.
Post it on my wall. Post it on my wall.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Post it to me today. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep. Go ahead, Justin.
Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to backtrack on that because I'm pretty sure that you've heard of some other campaign sites like GoFundMe and Indiegogo. Why Kickstarter? Were you aware of these things? If I don't get a certain amount, I don't get anything. Is there a specific reason why you wanted to do Kickstarter?
Yeah. Indiegogo actually lets you keep the money as far as I remember reading on it. But I decided to do Kickstarter because I've had some friends who have done it and it's worked out really well for them in their music. And I felt guided. I have a mentor who's been really helpful in getting me ready for this. And I just felt comfortable with the platform. It's user friendly. It was so easy to, I did my own video for it. But it was just, you put down your rewards, and I just like the thought of asking people all at once and just, making it, creating this buzz. It's easier to create a buzz when it's all at once. And this album, I'm going to put it out as a waterfall album with singles and then the rest of the album. But as a whole, it's one big project. And I thought, you know what, let's raise money now and see if we can get this all going so that when I'm doing the projects, like the music videos and the photography and all of that, I feel comfortable and know my budget and I know what I can do with this because I've raised money for it. So. Okay. Without having to, push it off or put anything off. I didn't want finances to slow me down. I just wanted to get this album out there. I feel like this year has been so hard on people. And if I could put some positive music out there, it's timely. It's a good time.
Yeah, and I feel like I know like where you're coming from. I mean, I like myself have promoted some other projects as well. Yeah, but I think I kind of see like where you're going with this. I mean, like you really just don't really want like just people like like say like oh hey like I'll donate and then just like I mean like and just like completely go away like just a one-time thing. Like I mean like I'm pretty sure that you want like people like who actually really want to listen to your music and like people like who like are willing to willing to help you and like just be there for you. Like you really want to build a really good following.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't do this for fame, but I believe when you get a following, that's how you can keep putting music out there. And that's how you can touch more hearts and connect with more people. It's like you have to, I feel like if I do this Kickstarter, it's going to kickstart my album, and then my album will have more success so that I can just put out more music after that.
Right.
So it's like this trial of, oh, I don't have enough funds for the next album, or I don't have a following. Like if you don't have a following, you don't have support. And so as a fully independent musician, it's like I'm depending on my following to support me. And then that way I can get more music to them. It's great to be in contact with, with people directly because I'm an independent musician. It's great to be in control and be able to have the freedom to choose how I'm going to release music and everything like that. So.
Okay. So why don't we play another track? We have another track of yours. Okay, Ruben, hit us.
You came not a day too soon. I knew you were no stranger. Opened up all my love and changed me for the better. You fastened me to slow me down. You help your brother to stay around. Your cordial eyes enabled mine. Show us more to life. You see what's real. You
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful.
Amazing.
Absolutely beautiful, man. You have a beautiful voice. You have beautiful messages. I mean, I love it.
Thank you so much. That song I actually wrote about when you talked about, is it your nephew that has autism?
It's my daughter's stepson.
My daughter's stepson. Okay, yeah. So I wrote that song about people who have special needs and people who like take care of people with special needs too. So that was like dedicated to those families or anybody that, I mean, if they're not families, if they're just like really close or associate with people with special needs. So
What's the title of the song? Tell everyone.
For the better.
For the better. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I've got to let my daughter hear that.
Yes. So do you have any experience with people like with working with people with special needs?
Yeah, I was an aide for a boy who has Down syndrome, and I would just make sure that he enjoyed school. So like I had fun with him. I just remember he loved to play the piano. So we would go play piano and we played for a long time. He would just play piano. He'd play a lot of Coldplay songs. And then we would play basketball. And I would just stay by his side and make sure he enjoyed school. So that I did that for a little while. And then I have a niece with cerebral palsy. I married into, she's my, in my husband's family. And I love her so much. So yeah, I just wrote that song because I feel like these people are really special people in our lives, and they've done a lot for us. Like I see her family with her, and I just think that my sister-in-law is like a champion. She's amazing.
Beautiful. Absolutely
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes, and I would like to say, like, as someone with high-functioning autism, I'm 23 years old right now, and I'm not saying, like, that you're wrong, but sometimes, like, and I did say this, like, in a previous interview that we did, people say all the time that I'm special, and I sometimes get a little confused with that, and I'm always like wondering, like, you know, are we special because we really mean it, or are we special just because of what we were given? And I mean, like, I really don't want to be like known like for having a functioning autism. I mean, I really want to be like, I mean, and I'm pretty sure like everyone like has like this thought, like you know, like, that we just want to be accepted. I mean, like I really didn't have any friends like growing up. I mean, I didn't really start like living like my life until like my senior year of high school, and I like can honestly say like that this like doing radio, like it's definitely like making me more put out there. I mean, and I really feel like people like really can understand me, and I'm pretty sure like you would definitely agree with that. Like,
So I want to say something to you real quick, both of you, but Justin, hear me. I did an interview recently with Carter Rubin. Okay, he won The Voice. Okay, and his grandfather, Rick Mango, was from Jay and the Americans. So that's how I got Carter, and it was just a couple weeks ago. I'm going to be interviewing him again. But the reason I'm bringing him up is this. His brother, who's older than him, a couple years older than him, has autism. Before his brother was even born, Carter's mom and dad, who didn't have Carter yet either, okay, started something called Families in Arms, okay? And that's for autism. And then they have a son who's autistic. So they started that fundraiser, and that before their son was born with it. So it's not like they did it because of that.
That's so
The reason
cool.
that's right. The reason I'm bringing that up is this. God gives us trials and tribulations in hopes that we take them and grow from them and run with them to help others with the same situation. I don't regret being a drug addict. When I was enshrined in the Hall of Fame, my daughter gave the speech, and I never knew. My daughter's now 40. So 2 years ago, when I was enshrined, I never knew she felt this way. And she said this: never say my mother made mistakes, because she didn't, or she wouldn't be who she is today, helping other addicts. So Justin, you are special for so many more reasons, because you're getting out of your comfort zone and you're putting yourself out there, which helps other people that struggle with the same things to know that they can have a good life and they can follow their dreams. And that's why you are special. Okay?
Yes, and I'm pretty sure, like, Courtney, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, they, like, the people that you work with, like, they, like, mentioned the same things too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Courtney, even you're putting yourself out there. I mean, look at what you've done for these children. And the music, look at the music you're writing. So, okay, so when you said in the beginning of this interview that you didn't have all these, like, I'm going to use the word, heartache things in your life, whatever, but look at what God has put in your life so you can come up with songs like this that are so beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah.
The truth.
I know. He definitely has a place in his hand is in all of our lives. He knows us all and here to help each of us individually. If we reached out to him.
If we reached out to him, he's there with his arms open. So guys, we're coming to the part of the interview now. Justin, you can tell everyone anything that you want to tell them about you. You can, give your info. Then we'll have Courtney do the same. And then Courtney, we'll have you take us out with a song, okay? You'll play a song, you'll take us out with it. Justin.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to thank Geri for having me on our platform. I want to thank Courtney for taking the time out of her life to come join us. And most of all, I want to thank all of the fans out there listening. Without you guys, we are nothing. We really appreciate every single one of you. And I'm really looking forward to my next interview, with whoever comes to me. If you definitely want to share your story with me, or you want to be you just want to say hi, or just whatever, shoot me an email at justdrum1997@gmail.com. And I'm really looking forward to hearing your story, and hopefully we can get some work together. We can do some work together.
Beautiful. Courtney, what would you like to tell your fans out there? You have many.
Support people around you, and whatever good they want to do, encourage them. I've seen that in my life. People encourage me to do good. There's just more good to go around. Does that make sense? Never suppress a generous thought.
Yes.
And so that, definitely is something that I'd encourage people to do. And if you don't feel like you're creative, I would say look into it, because creativity is all around us. It could be in, just finding something out of the fridge and adding it to something in your cupboard and just cook something without a recipe. I mean, you're creative. If you know it or not, you're a creative person.
So I want to say thank you to you, Justin. Once again, an incredible show, an incredible guest. So I want to say thank you for bringing Courtney to me. Courtney, I want to say thank you for doing this interview for us today. You are an incredible inspiration. You're an incredible person, and you're an incredible artist. Okay, just know that, because I think you are.
Thank you.
Yeah, even my dog thinks that.
There you go. That's right. And a shout out to Hamilton Radio and Ruben behind the scenes, man. You did good today, baby. So, Courtney, would you? That's right. And a shout out to Hamilton Radio. Would you like to take us out with a song?
I would love to. Thank you so much, guys, for having me today. Love you both. Thank you, Ruth. Okay. In a red elevator vibrate, with nine to recovery. Lady of the family, she like a wax man. Stay away through the dark day, ran around in a day. Good times again, gave me company. Here in the light, when I smile back. Here in the light, in the light without you. Memories of the hour for me, sitting demons we were living. In the air, it's on the sun, we never catch. Here in the light, we're flying away. Here in the light, dark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. It's a wrap, guys.
It's a wrap. Good to see you.